Good morning, co banker George. I hope you have a nice weekend. And I think this is our last time that I address you as co banker George. The next next meeting, we will start as Hu George instead of co banker George because we are not going to have the residential franchise with co banker, but we're going to maintain the commercial. Um, franchise with Goa Banker. So our name for the commercial will be still the same. Will be Goa Banker Commercial George Realty. Okay. So, but that's the only change. And without the residential franchise, you don't have to pay the 6% franchise fees. And for the commercial franchise, I was able to negotiate a reduction of franchise fees to 4.5%. So that's also a plus for people who wants to practice commercial real estate under our brokerage. So which is good, you know. So I am happy with that, and I'm looking forward to the new adventure. And 2025 will be a good year for our company and as well as for the real estate. Okay, I hope you had a nice weekend. The weekend was really nice. The temperature was like 80 degrees, you know, and hey, you know, I don't mind that at all. And this is the perfect time to go out and door knocking, marketing, cold calling, and do a lot of marketing for you and to ramp up your business because spring is the one of the best season to do real estate. So hope you will, you know, get together with us and drum up your business and let's have a good 2025. Okay. And with that, I would like to introduce affiliates. And as you know, we are going to have Tracy Shaw as our affiliate spotlight today. And I will introduce her later after the presentation of the other affiliates. So let's begin with Yolanda Arenas. Yolanda, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Peter, Michelle. Good morning, Global Banker family. Yolanda Martinez Arenas, WFG National Title Company. Peter, I agree with you. This is a very busy time. I'm so excited because we get the RA reports and there's more and more listings. And so that's a good sign. I mean, could we use more? Yes, we can always use more. But I'm excited to see a lot more listings than last year. So that is a good sign. And yes, this is a perfect time because a lot of, especially seniors, but a lot of people wait till after the holidays. So that's why January, February is a good listing month. But also right now, like you said, spring, because right now people are seeing their CPA, they're doing their taxes, and especially for seniors, they're advising them of tax shelters and, you know, that yes, you could sell and do this and that, or even just first time buyers. They're being advised that they need to buy. So always a good time around springtime when they do their taxes. Also, kids soon will be finishing up school year in May. And so a lot of times people wait to make that move. So they start interviewing realtors now and start preparing for that move. So prospects, especially with this wonderful, wonderful weather. How can you not prospect? So anyhow, again, Yolanda Martinez Arenas, WFG National Title Company. Let me know. I'll be more than happy to sit with you to talk about farming, prospecting. I used to do it 40 some years ago when I was a realtor, so I speak from the heart. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Yolanda. Appreciate that. John, you're next. John Rex from
Thank you, Peter, Michelle, Doug, if Doug's on here too. Great to see you guys again. Yes, it's spring, guys. This is the time. Touch your sphere of influence. Go talk to the people that you did and maybe do a pop by, bring them a little gift, the people that you did business with, see if they know anybody that's interested in buying or selling. And then when you are working with your clients, remember, we have the hazard preview and the property tax estimator right on the website. any properties you're going to show them, you can look up ahead of time to find out if there's any hazards that are affecting the property before you order the report, as well as what the supplemental property taxes will look like based on the price that they want to pay for the properties. It's a great tool. If you're in a deal, if you're going on a listing appointment, order the NHD Snap NHD report up front. It's free. There is no charge unless it closes escrow. You guys get a special rate of $84.95 for the premium, and use that information to show why you're better than every other agent out there that are going on listing appointments, showing that when you choose you're in the know of what's going on with their property and how best to help them. The other thing is, we do have the free, and one of the only ones with the free lease report. If you're doing leases out there, which a lot of you do, please take advantage of that. And I will be going over, because Michelle reached out to me, that fire hardening again and the wildfire reports, and tell you how that fits in. Right now, the biggest thing is that the local responsibility CAL FIRE maps are changing, as I told you, and LA County is in the 4th phase. And I think I saw that it's March 24th that our maps will be available and be updated and ready to go. It will be included in the Snap and HD reports. And that's basically it. Don't be a secret agent. Wear your badges when you're out and about in public, because you never know where that next deal is coming from. Let's have a great end of February. Thank you so much, Peter.
Thank you, John. You're always very accommodating and supporting. So we appreciate that very much. Thank you. Next, we have Nicole Menard from Fidelity National Title. Nicole, good morning.
Good morning. Happy Monday. Great to be here with all of you, and congratulations on the changes with the company, the name. Wishing you all much success with the new changes. Just want to let you know, when you go out and you do your door knocking, your pop-bys, if you have an appointment that you schedule for a listing, reach out to us. We can provide you with a presentation profile. We can also include, or we actually do include, the demographic information as well as the school reports. And we can also include the net sheet that is available in our mobile app. So if you'd like us to provide a presentation profile that you can provide to the property owner, let us know. We will provide that to you along with the email copy. And if you do want the net sheet included as well, we need the estimated list price for the property. We're here to support you. Give us a call if we can help in any way. Nicole and Yvonne, Fidelity National Title, thank you very much. Have a fantastic day and month end.
Thank you, Nicole. I have a question for you. You know, some of my agents are asking the help for the drafting the OM. Would you do you help the agents doing that if they didn't need help, personal help?
Have them reach out.
Okay,
Yeah,
I would
have them
have them
reach
call
out.
you then. Because sometimes some of the commercial agents they want to do some marketing materials, including the OMs and the demographics, things like that.
So there's information that we can pull, and some we can refer them.
For
definitely.
For certain
Mhm.
property,
Mhm.
so what they need is some information to beef up
Yes.
the marketing, Okay.
Have them call. We
Okay.
can, pull information as far as the marketing. Obviously, we can't provide flyers or do any of that, but
Right.
there's resources that we can direct them to.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Very good.
Mhm.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, the next is Unita Wu from HWA Home Warranty. Unita, good morning.
Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning.
Unita Wu from Home Warranty of America, the 13 months home warranty, always the 13 months. And I just want to let everybody know too, like it is like Peter saying, it's time to do farming, coming to the spring. I do have the door hangers, some kind of for real. I could also even provide those nail files, right? So if you guys nail files and while you do a door knocking, I'm happy to supply that for you as well. Another thing that is different with our home warranty and any other home warranty, first, our trade call fee is still low at $75. And we also provide the homeowner insurance deductible up to $1,000. This is great. So a lot of time I just had a homeowners had the slab leak and they have to call the homeowner's insurance because of that. And the deductible about $1,500, but we're able to reimburse them up to $1,000 on top of that. So this is something an extra that no one else have. Please utilize it. Home warranty, even though it's a little on the bottom, but this is great. Right now, we need all the insurance what we can. I just had somebody else too taking care of their water heater for $1,000. They were very, very thankful because if not, then there is no budget for them to replace that water heater. Reach out to me directly. I do have a Spanish brochure, English brochure, Mandarin brochure, and let me know how can be able to help you. Thank you again and have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you, Unita. Yes, you're right. You're the only home warranty that offers a 13-month free, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I think that's all the affiliates other than Tracy Shaw. Then there's affiliates that came in late who want to speak up. Well, if not, then I would like to introduce Tracy. Tracy Shaw is going to speak to us regarding the interest rate outlook and also the creative financial solution, as well as a strategy for closing more deals. So let's welcome Tracy. Tracy, go ahead.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Michelle. Hi, Doug. I see Steve Hayashi as well. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me today. I'm very excited for Peter's announcement about Coldwell George going to transfer to George Realty. Coldwell George has been, and George Realty has been a well-established name in the neighborhood for like so long, and I'm pretty sure removing the franchise fee will helping the agents as well. So a little bit background about myself. I have been in the relating business for more than 10 years. I was part of Coldwell George more than 10 years ago. And I switched to loan as a loan officer about 8 years ago. And I did not practice real estate since then because real estate agents are my clients, and I do not want to compete with my clients. I want to fully support realtors. So the advantage of working with me is that since I was a realtor before, I am very familiar with every step in the transactions. I know how to talk to listing agents. I know what the buyers are looking for, and I know what the agents are looking for. So without further ado, there's gonna be 3 parts of me sharing relating information about mortgage. The first part is the interest outlook. The second part is creative financing solutions. The third part is strategy for closing more deals and co-marketing with your loan officer. So first, let's talk about the interest rate outlook. The interest rate in February is relatively stable because we have been seeing the interest rate going up and down a lot last year. So in February, the interest rate is around 6.5. It goes up and down every day a little bit. It is like the stock market. It's very hard to predict in a short term. Like if you ask anybody, oh, the interest rate gonna go up tomorrow or go down, nobody can guarantee that. For the long run, yes, Fed has lowered the interest rate, but the interest rate they lower is a short-term rate. The rate Fed drop is a short-term rate which will affect the commercial lending right away because commercial lending is adjustable rate. So people who has commercial loan, or if they have HELOC, they're gonna see that change right away. However, it is not the same as mortgage rate, because mortgage rate is 30-year fixed, or it's 5-year 7-year it's still a long-term interest rate for 30 years. So it's not directly moving at the same direction all the time. And in effect, the interest rate has been going up ever since Fed announced interest rate drop since last year. End of last year, before the Fed announced interest rate dropping, it was the lowest I remember was around 5.75, and it has going up since end of last year. And I mentioned earlier, right now it's about 6.5 for full documentation loan. By full documentation loan, what I'm referring is that we check 2 years tax return, we check all the financial documents. We do, as ACG, we offer ACG funding, we offer a big varieties of loan program. Besides the full documentation, we also have a lot of non-QM, and we work so many different products. One of our stated income right now, it is very, very good rate. Most of my clients for self-employees, we are submitting their loan to this product. Their interest rate is almost the same as full documentation rate. That one, the lowest we can go is also 6.5%. So the only difference between full documentation loan and non-QM probably is the origination fee. For full documentation, we normally do not charge any origination fee at all. And for a lot of non-QM, we do have 1% of the loan amount, which is 1 point origination fee. That is the only difference. However, there are so many different benefit. For example, a lot of self-employed business owners, they did not file perfect tax return. They do have a lot of expense they have to deduct. So yes, they are paying 1 point origination fee. However, they saved a lot of taxes for their personal tax as well as the business taxes. So moving on to the creative financial solutions. I agree that spring is the best season. Everybody just finishing up the holiday. People start to planning for moving, and they started to put the listings on the market. The inventory should be better than end of last year. However, it is still very limited, especially around our neighborhood. There are so many people, they have a lot of cash. So many of you may have experienced when you submitting an offer. The offer, there's so many people so many people want to get the same house. Maybe 10 people wants to get the top 2 house. So there are gonna be a lot of offers, and sometimes you and your buyers are competing with cash offer. So the creative financing solutions I want to share with CBGR agents, well, George Realty agents, is a bridge loan. So we offer very, very competitive bridge loan programs. The lowest interest rate starts at 6.99. 6.99 is probably the lowest bridge loan interest I have seen in the entire market as of now, because the full documentation primary interest rate is 6.5. And the lowest bridge loan we offer is 6.99. It goes to up all the way to 9.99. So I'm gonna elaborate a little bit more on how does this work. For the 6.99, this is really for people who is ready to refinance right away. It is a very, very short-term loan. It's only 1 month. So for the 1 month, we have 6.99. For the 2 months long term, we have 7.99. For the 3 months long term, we have 8.99. And if the buyer needs more time, they need 6 months or 12 months, our interest rate is 9.99. So when I'm referring to the interest rate, it is a interest only loan, meaning the client is only paying interest. They are not paying any principal. So we need to refinance them within 1 month if the loan term is 1 month. So how does this benefit for you and your client when they are purchasing a property? They can put 7 days escrow. So I fund bridge money loan within 4 days. So we can close it within 7 days. It's almost like a cash offer. What we need from the client, we need to educate the client. First, the bridge loan will, the benefit to them is that we can close very fast. However, there will also be cost to it. For example, we charge origination fee. There will be escrow open for this purchase transaction when they refinance the loan. There's gonna be another cost. They still need to open escrow. We need to do the refinancing for them. So there will be charge, third-party charge as well as loan cost. So there will be extra charge. However, when people are submitting offer and they want to get their offer accepted, they might need to overbid for houses as well. It might cost them 20,000 or even 30,000, or we have seen that there are people who bid 100,000 more than the asking price. It is happening very often in our neighborhood. So this is one of the options. I have been seeing most of the investors, they are very willing to use this program because they understand if closing fast, it will help their offer stand out a lot more. There are not a lot of first-time home buyers using this because they generally feel a little bit insecure. It's their first time going to the market and they are doing the bridge loan. But I did help people who is doing first-time home buy. They use this powerful tool and then they refinanced it right away. For example, last month, one of my clients, they just started shopping for house end of last year, and they always got like overbid by cash offers. So the real estate agent talked to me like, okay, what kind of solutions you guys offer? So I talked to the client and we did 2 months for the bridge loan. And because the reason we did 2 months is that if we selected 1 month and we did not complete the refinance, there will be extension fee for the clients. So we did the 2 months at the safer side and we refinanced it right away. And the good thing about this is that the interest rate is paid per diem. What does that mean is that even though the interest rate is, let's take 7.99. So even though the client is paying 7.99 for the 2 months, and let's say if we refinance the loan at 1.5 months, so we will reimburse the interest which was paid to the lender per diem back to the client. So when we work with the buyer, we just really need to be upfront and help them calculating what are the benefits and what are the most costs and what are the costs, and lay it out in front of them so they understand and they can use this powerful tool. So moving on to the last part, strategy for closing more deals and co-marketing with your loan officer. Right now, it's a tax season, and it's the best time to prospect. And it's when you are prospecting, you can use me as an extension of your resource. Because some clients, especially my past client, if they wanted to buy an investment property this year, they will send me their tax return, which has not been finalized, to ask me to calculate for them if that tax return will help with their loans. So when you are reaching out to your clients, you can use me as a resource, and it's also a conversation starting point. You can share with your clients, if you want to find out, like a lot of people, they have not filed their tax return yet, and you can tell your client, if you want to find out if you how much you are filing with your tax return, it will help with your loan. I have a loan officer who work with me. You can send me a draft or send her a draft directly, and I can help give some guidance and lay out what are the benefits if they file more tax, like deduct less expense, or if they should just stay like what they plan to do, and we have other options for them. A lot of people do not know that there are so many self-employment borrowers. They can get loan qualified. I have been one of the loan product I have been using a lot for my self-employed business owner is the business bank statement program. What that is that we only check business bank statement for 12 months to determine. We have our own like underwriting guidelines. We know how to calculate the cash flow instead of using the tax return. So if you see a business who has very good, like they have a lot of business, the business owner have a lot of business, and they think they are not qualified, they might not qualify for a loan because they deduct a lot of expense, you can approach to them. I personally approached to my client who was she owned a alteration shop, clothing alteration. I go to her all the time, and one day she was sharing with me, she said, she wants to buy a house, but it's like so expensive, it's so hard to save up for the down payment. And yes, down payment is a very it's the biggest roadblock for home ownership. So I talked to her more, and at the end, I helped her with find a purchasing loan with 10% down payment. So we were able to use her business bank statement for 12 months, and she only paid 10%. So we have so many loan programs to help with the buyers. And I work with real estate agent very closely. And if you need my help talking to the clients, help them do the pre-approval, I am always here. And sometimes the client don't know they are qualified for a loan. And so co-marketing with your loan officer, I paid relationship management, CRM, client relationship management company out of my own pocket to email my pre-approved client as well as closed client. What I can do is that when I pre-approved a client, I have a email system going out to share with them what they need to prepare, all the good information, such as maybe do not change your job until you got your offer accepted or do not have an employment gap, or what you can do to increase your credit. So I have all this good educational email, send it out to the pre-approved client. And when you send your client to me, I can put your name, your phone number, your profile picture with my emails together. So I can assign it to my co-marketing email. So you will stand in front of your client. I have benefiting from this email myself. In the long term, people will remember you. Even for the biggest company right now, like Coca-Cola or like all the big, like McDonald's, they still do ads. So even though like I believe a lot of real estate agents are like me. Like I have most of my clients coming from referrals, because when you are in the business for a while and you do your own job very well, people will start to refer their friends, their family. However, we cannot touch base on all the clients all the time. We cannot just go to individuals and connect with them all the time, but the email really works. A lot of times some clients, they just call me or they text me and they were like, oh, Tracy, I want to do a refinance, or I want to purchase another investment property. And they said, because you always send me email. Sometimes, like, I think it happens to everybody, not just me. Like, I really don't remember if it's a few years ago, right? And sometimes I didn't even see this client. Some clients I didn't see because the realtor referred to me or my past client referred to me. So I only remember their name, their legal name, and they called me. They were like, oh, because you always send me this email. And then I got to look up the history. Okay, oh, which clients like is that? So because of the email, we always stand in front of our client, and I can put you with me as a co-marketing partner. So we have emails going out to the clients, and they will always remember us. So that's all the information I wanted to share. I really appreciate this opportunity to share all the great information with George Realty team. And I believe the spring is the weather is nice, and go out prospect the clients, and I'm here to support you for the loan, and it will be a very good year. Thank you, Peter, and thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Tracy, for the practical information. And I like to express my gratitude for all their feelings. They're very supportive, they're very amicable, and they're very helpful. So make use of them and call them up if you need help, and they're very good at what they do. So thank you very much. All right, I have a few announcements before we go to the company business. Now, as you can see from the schedule, we have a very interesting lunch and learn this Wednesday. And it is it's going to be a seminar by Christy Connolly. She will talk to us about the Chat GPT, how to the practical approach to the Chat GPT to facilitate the practice of real estate. It will be a very, very practical experience. And Yolanda, I'm sure that we are looking forward to that, right, Yolanda? Yolanda is our
Yes.
instrumental person to get Christy to come to talk to us.
Thank
So
you.
I'm looking forward to that.
Christy's looking forward.
Yeah. So make sure that you attend this meeting, okay? And Friday training we have, and also we're going to be very informational. Michelle will go and talk to us about all those addendums, for specific deals. For example, if the transaction is regarding the probate sale or manufactured homes or tenancy in common or stock or cooperative or the mixed use purchase, they have all kinds of addendums that will fit you and in the specific deals. So this will be a very good time to visit that and prepare you for the different kind of deals. It'll be very informational, and it will be this Friday at 10 o'clock. And Michelle and I will be in training with you. It will be hybrid too, so you can either attend in person or through Zoom. And lastly, I would like to tell you that the remodeling in our Hamburg office is almost done, and we have added more rooms, more cubicles, and more desks for the agents from Arcadia office. And I'm sure that the environment will be very good for all the agents to work as a team, as individual, and also as the whole company. So I am, if you have not, if you are an Arcadia agent and you have not get any desk assignment, please contact Michelle or me, and we'll just settle you in. Okay. And as you know that starting from next month, the Arcadia office will be closed, and you will not be able to access to the building. So make sure you're all settled down in the Hamburg office. Okay. All right. With that, I would like to call on Doug Meyer to tell us about what's going on in Arcadia office for the last time.
Everybody, hi. So we're closing out the office here, and I'm happy to say about 85 to 90% of all the Arcadia agents are coming to Alhambra. I have a few stragglers I haven't heard back from, but everything's going well here. We just, if you're an Arcadia agent, you got anything in the office here, you better come and get it. Nanette, are you hearing me? I know I texted her this morning on something, but anyway, there's a few agents that still got their rooms full, so be sure to get that. Well, I'm really short of staff here, so I didn't get any sales reports to give you. I do have 3 listings to give you. The first one is my own. It's on Emory Street in El Monte. It's about 1,800 square feet, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, dining room, family room, big lot, 988. It's on a beautiful street, Emory Street over there, not too far from Arroyo High School. It's a wide street, sidewalks. It's really, really nice there. So that property is available as of Friday morning. So please keep that in mind. Also, we have a residential lease, Ming Lee, in Arcadia on Arcadia Avenue, a condo, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 4,200. And Amy Wang has got one, but she hasn't told us exactly what it was yet. It's on Olive Street in Alhambra. It's a residential lease. So we'll get more information on that as time goes on. But that's all I've got here. But again, all of you from Arcadia, make sure you've got everything out of your office here. And any help you need, I'm here to help you. Otherwise, I'll see you in Alhambra next week. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Doug. Appreciate that very much. Okay, as for our Hamburg office, we're also a little bit light, but Lucy Clark has a very large deal listed is a commercial deal for sale on Ontario for 3.98 million. Very good. Congratulations, Lucy. Good job. And then we have Nina Shi listed condo for 735,000 in Monterey Park. Now, as for escrow, we have 2 escrows. The first one is a residential sale in South Pasadena by Sophia Chow, 851,000. And then we have Mandy Zhang, residence in Monterey Park for 1.1 million. So those are pretty good deals in the local market. So now with that, any more reduction in price or any sales or listing that I missed that you want to share with us? Anybody? Okay, well, I guess not. Then I'll go right into my presentation today. I'd like to share with you what is going on in the market and also in the legal field, okay, which I usually do every month. And So I'm going to give you a little bit a brief update on market and legal update. Okay. So the economic overview is very simple. It's kind of a mixed market, and a lot of mixed fundamentals are in play at this time. But it generally remain pretty healthy. We don't have a recession, or we don't even have any possibility, not possibility, but any likelihood of going into a recession. And all the economic indicators indicates a very soft landing. So that is very good. But there are a lot of uncertainty on the horizon because of a lot of factors in play. You know, in the inflation, the interest rate, and the political arenas, and everything is intermixed with the market. So it's kind of uncertainty for in 2025, but hopefully it won't be too unbearable. Now let's look at the retail sales trends, and we kind of like a pullback in January because and the spending dropped 0.9% instead of the expected 0.2%. That the reason is because we had a very healthy and very strong December retail sales. But then it pulled back, and so the monthly pullback is pretty substantial. But over the year over year, the retail sale increased by 4.2%, which means it indicate pretty robust consumer fundamentals. And hopefully for that for the coming months it will be it further improve and get the retail business back to shape. And then if you are looking at the price movement, namely the CPI and the PPI, and as you know, the CPI is the Consumer Price Index, and it kind of give you the idea of what the retail inflation rate is like, and the PPI, which is the Producers Price Index, will give you a wholesale picture of what the inflation rate is like. They are interrelated, and when we look at the CPI, it has an increase of 0.5% from last month, and that is the fourth consecutive monthly increase, which kind of alarms the Fed. That's why the Fed kind of stayed the interest rate in January, but it is still manageable. The CPI is about 3% range, 3.1, 3.2. It went up a little bit from like 2.9, 2.8, but it's still pretty manageable. And when you're looking at the PPI, the Producer Price Index, it kind of go up too, but the key section, which is healthcare, the domestic affairs, they indicate easing the inflation as well. So by combining them together, it's going to be. It looks like it's going to be within the target of the Fed. So hopefully by the middle of the year, the Fed will realize that we need the interest rate reduction and adjust the interest rate accordingly. And then if you're talking about the small business optimism, you check the NFIB, the national index, on the small business index. You'll find out that it dipped to 102.8, and which is the first decline in the 5 months. But yet it stayed above the 4-year average of and also the 51-year average of 98. So it's still a little bit above the average of 98. The key drivers is that the 7 out of 10 component of the index pull back, it dropped back a little bit, and then the uncertainty surged up to 100, which is the third highest reading on record. So the outlook for that is that because of the recent tariff announcement, hint at the further fluctuation and for the regulatory and also the tax changes, and that's why there are a lot of uncertainty out there, and we just have to be patient about it. And then when we're looking at the labor market and consumer expectation, the labor market is doing okay. I mean, it doesn't tell much of a big story. It's kind of moving on and to be expected. The earning and the spending outlook is the 1 year ahead. Earning growth is expected at 3%, which is only the 0.2% month to month, and the median household spending is only the forecast to increase by 4.4% over the next year, which is not what they want to be, and hopefully they will improve. So we'll see what happens. And the construction spending, that's good news on that, because there's recently there's an increase in the residential sector. The activity in the construction and residential sector is increased quite a bit, but the thing is the multifamily construction, which is like the apartments and the mixed use and the big the commercial projects, they are not increasing as much as they expected, and so they are they're expected to be kind of stay muted for at least during the first half of 2025. Hopefully by the end of 2025, both the residential and the commercial spending constructions will beef up, and so that we can have more supply of housing and on the market, and we'll have a better real estate market. So the conclusion for outlook of 2025, I mean, that's kind of uncertain. A lot of mixed signals in play, and nobody has a crystal ball. And also we have to be aware of the ongoing regulatory measures and the tariff and the tax development, in terms of the economy and the real estate market, and then they interplay each other, and there's a lot of interaction between them. So, but it appears that the economic conditions it appears to be healthy, and so that will determine the pace of recovery and growth in 2025. So let's keep our fingers crossed. And as I said, still a lot of uncertainty, but that is to be expected. Okay, as far as the legal update is concerned, I have a few items. The first one is the Corporate Transparency Act, the CTA, which requires the BOI reporting. The BOI stands for business ownership information. And then as you know, in December 2024, the Texas Federal District Court ruled that the CTA unconstitutional and issued a preliminary injunction. And after that, there's a lot of fight between the appeal court and the Supreme Court. And finally, last week, on February 18, 2025, the Texas Federal District Court lifted the last remaining national injunction, which brought the BOI reporting requirement back to effect. That means that beginning February 18, 2025, the requirement for BOI reporting comes back again. So you are required, if you are a small corporation, no matter whether it's a small corporation or big corporation, LLC, or any entity, you're required to do the BOI reporting. The deadline to do that is March the 21st, 2025. So you have to tell your CPA, you better do it for you, because otherwise they have a hefty penalty. So you don't want to miss that at all, okay? That's very important. So what does this law require? Well, this law is enforced to stop the money laundering. The primary purpose is to stop the money laundering. So that it requires all the entities, corporation, LLC, to report it to the FinCEN with information about the beneficial owners behind the entity. So no matter whether you're a large corporation, small corporation, even if you you set up the corporation for tax purposes, because a lot of real estate brokers want to have their own corporation to report the taxes so that they can deduct the expenses and easier for them, and then they have more chance to mitigate the taxes. So even that they have to report the BOI because it's required by the CTA. There are 23 exemptions, but none of them applies to real estate brokers. So if you forget about the exemption, you're not qualified for exemption. But bear in mind that you must do the reporting before the March 21st, 2025. Okay, that is a very important date for you. So what information must be recorded? Must be reported. The information has two prongs. One is for corporation and one is for individual owner. For corporation, you have to report the full legal name of the corporation, or any trade or doing like a fictitious name, any fictitious name, or and then the complete street address of the principal place of business. And then you have to tell what kind of jurisdiction from formation, like for California, for other state, or is out of the U.S. And also the tax identification number. Now for each individual owner, okay, not just the manager or the CEO. The BOI must state all owners and full legal name, date of birth, complete current residential street address, unique identification number, such as the social security number or the passport or the driver's license or the passport if you don't have any of those. And an image of the document from which the unique identification number was obtained. Okay, so those are information that you have to report to as the requirement of the BOI. Another thing that I want to tell you is, unfortunately, the State Farm request to increase insurance premium by 22% was rejected by the California Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara. And Mr. Lara said that, hey, we need time to more information to consider the increase because it's a hefty increase, 22%, and more information is needed and more time is needed to consider the request. So they rejected the request, and of course that is a disappointment for the State Farm. The State Farm said that you cannot not sympathetic to what's happening in the insurance market, and they are kind of doubtful about the supported level that is given by the California government. So this fight is not done yet, and I'm sure that there will be a lot of things going on in terms of the premium increase and also the request for more reasonable premium. And the impact on the real estate market is obvious, because if the State Farm cannot increase the premium rate, they are not able to continue to renew the insurance policy as they are now. and so that's it's going to put a lot of damping on the real estate market because you need insurance to close deals, And if you're not able to get the insurance, how can you close escrow? Right now, there are about 14% of the escrow fell out because of the inability to get the insurance. So that is a big problem. And of course, on the other side, the consumers is faced with a double-edged sword because on the other side of the sword, if you get if you get the 22% increase a request to get granted, and the increase in premium will put a damping on the market too because you can't afford to qualify, because you have additional insurance to pay, and so you can't make the deal either. So it's a damn you do and damn if you don't. So it's kind of difficult for consumer, but hopefully there will be a solution between the insurance commissioner and the insurance company. So if they cannot work out a solution, this thing is going to go on, and it's not going to be good. So let's keep our fingers crossed, and we'll watch this development, and then we'll keep you posted. Okay. And at this point, I will stop the sharing and entertain any questions if you might have any. Anyone wants to ask any questions? We are right on time. It's 11 o'clock. No? Everybody's so quiet today, huh? Well, if no question, I would like to adjourn this meeting, and hope you have a very nice week. And as I said, go out and do business. This is a very good weather and good for everybody. Okay?
Have a great week, everybody. Thank you,
Okay,
Peter.
Have a good week. Thank you.
Michelle, thanks,
Good
Doug.
week.
Take
Bye,
care.
everybody.
Bye.
Have a great week.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.